Hey folks, your OS Reviews. You're watching our video first look and a quick review of the AnsTOP 2-in-1 Universal Silicone Holder Case for smartphones. It fits phones from 4 inches to 6 inches, works well with the iPhone 6, 7, 7S, even the Plus series as well. It's a stretchable material and comes in a few different color choices and sells for $10 each, and we're going to take a look at two variants today. The packaging is pretty simple, just like other AnsTOP ultra-thin phone cases we've checked out in the past. And again, aside from different colors that you can get it in, ranging from pink to black to white to blue, it's the exact same design. This one in particular only reminds me of a bikini in its shape, but it actually works fairly well. You can see there's this lanyard strap made out of the same durable silicone material, and what they want you to do is to attach this onto a backpack or to your neck when you are moving around or jogging, because apparently there are pedometer apps that you can download for Android and for iOS that uses the accelerometer, and that can replace potentially your fitness tracker. So then obviously you would want it to be in a position where it can still record your steps easily and you can still access your phone. Just simply take it and then answer a phone call. So let's take a closer look at how well it sits into this case. Again, it's extremely durable. You just use each side to kind of pull apart the frame, and then the other side can attach onto the bottom bezels of the phone, and there, it just takes roughly 10 seconds to attach onto a typical phone. You can see that it creates kind of an interesting spider web-like effect when you turn the phone over. There's a second version that the company produces that also has a credit card case mounted onto the back. It has a square shape instead of this more organic looking spider web, and that allows you to also pop in a credit card or something for storage. And I think that's slightly more useful, but regardless, this one creates a more interesting look. You can see that for the most part, your ports will still be revealed. There's a cutout for the Lightning port as well as a micro USB port on the bottom of phones. They don't obstruct from most of the keys and controls that you want to access. As a test of its strength and elasticity, here it is with the phone attached, kind of wobbling around. Maybe if you're moving or on some type of transportation vehicle, you can see it definitely stays in place and it won't fall loose. It is very elastic, so it does tend to kind of bend and swivel and move around. So if you do have this attached into a backpack, it's not going to stay still. Maybe there'll be some accidental triggers or accidental hits if you are using the pedometer app, but all in all, this is what to expect in terms of movement. Now, that's not to say the design is perfect either. If your phone has a smaller frame, smaller display, or rounded corners that's super slippery, it seems a little bit dangerous to just leave this on here and then pop it onto a backpack where you might be traveling for long distances. It seems like it may slip out a bit more easily. However, you can see that it still works even with a smaller phone like the Nexus 4 here that has a 4.7-inch display instead of 5 inches. I will say that the safest position to use this is probably as a traditional necklace or a lanyard. So if you hang it from your neck somewhere you can really reach and see, that's probably the most secure if you are in a busy location or in a city and you are worried about theft or something. And your device still remains fairly accessible. Maybe parts of the screen, you lose some of the screen real estate, but it still remains fairly sensitive on the several phones that I've tested it with. Despite the fact that there's some part touching the display, it still works without any problems. Obviously, the camera will still work for the most part, depending on the position, but you can always kind of shift it around and make it work. So no real complaints there. Obviously, the weight will be now distributed by your neck, and if your phone is super heavy, made out of glass and metal materials, that's something to consider. But the rope itself is made out of a pretty soft material, and it doesn't really, become uncomfortable on the skin even after kind of wearing it for a few minutes. So that's overall, I would say, a decent design. Definitely an interesting product. Obviously, this is, quote, waterproof if your phone itself is already waterproof, since it's not protecting the phone per se, but the material being just silicone will survive any dust or any splashes of water. So definitely an interesting accessory, not for everyone, but if you are looking for something that is super slim and it doesn't take away from the natural design of the phone, and you want to maybe hang it from a spot, maybe a backpack, maybe around your neck, and you want something that's a kind of a novel idea, this is something to consider. You can check out more details in our article, but for now, this has been our video. Thanks for watching here at OS Reviews. This has been the AnsTOP Silicone Universal Cell Phone Holder Case.